Patrick Tresset. I'm an artist based in London, and I do things with robots. I use robots as very stylized actors to represent certain human traits. My work is not at all about technology. I mean, people can see a commentary on technology, but it's not at all about that. It's about a representation of humanity.
It's interesting because they're all sort of drawing the same thing, but they all look a bit different.
Yeah, but because they are a bit different. When you change like nervousness of the movement and things like that, as humans, when we look at the robot, immediately we project personality on the robot.
How do you make a robot nervous?
Or you just send the data faster to the motors. It's just making it faster. And the thing is that your brain kind of reacts like that and immediately interprets that as a kind of personality. It's very easy to manipulate humans with robots. We are programmed in a certain way to recognize movement and to interpret movements. I mean, it's like puppets, you know. It's very easy to put a character to a puppet by just the movements you make. I give it different characteristics, and then the observer gives them personality. So I'm trying to work like if it was a little play with different acts. And so at the beginning, it's a bit like an orchestra, you know, where they all tune their instruments, so there are all those noises. So at the beginning.
What's the sound that they're making?
So they speak in Morse code, because my granddad taught me Morse code when I was a kid.
And what are they saying?
They're saying, "Good morning, teacher."
So is this a teacher robot?
Yeah, here is a teacher. So he's calling a name, and this one just answered. He's calling a name, and one of them is going to answer. So they do quite simple things. I mean, it's equivalent to the first year of primary school in my mind. I was a painter during my previous life for almost 15 years, I think. I had already invested most of my life in there, and I got totally stuck. I lost my passion for painting, so I had to find something else to do. And I knew I could do something with computers, because I had one when I was very young. But I still wanted to be an artist, so I tried to find a way to do that. Those ones draw from observation. The way they draw is based on the way I used to draw, so I use that as an inspiration. I still do drawing without touching a pen.
So can I have my portrait drawn?
Yeah, of course, yeah. Just have a seat, please. The best way is for you to really imagine that you are in a live drawing class. So you take a pose and you imagine that you are being drawn by people. So you take a pose for portraits, not selfie with a big smile, you know. I'm going to start them. They're going to do a few movements. They're going to look for you, and when they find you, they're going to draw. It really reacts to what it sees with gestures. And so yes, so the system is designed to have a behavior. Ready? Let's go.
I've never had my portrait drawn by anyone, much less a robot. Or 3 robots. Do you consider these your artworks or the robot's artwork?
So they are my artworks, but I'm always surprised. I never know what they're going to do. So there is this distance. But I'm still the author because, you know, computers are computers. They don't do things by themselves. So.
I can really feel them looking at me and taking everything in. Feels quite intimidating. It really feels like it's actually watching. Do you think you could ever have a robot that could create its own art and be creative?
Well, it depends what you call being creative. For me, being creative would be a robot in a factory that's welding cars and suddenly starts to make a sculpture by itself. Then it would be creative by itself. So he would be the author of the sculpture because he would have taken the decision to make a sculpture instead of a car.